I mean, well, to be honest, I think I need you to pull it out.
Oh my God, it's all I can see.
Get it out.
It's all I can see.
Is it really that bad? I don't know how I've missed this.
Hang on.
Go on.
Oh my God, it's so much
What?
longer than any of the other ones.
What the hell?
Okay, I think I got it. Oh, it's very hard. It's very hard to grip.
Yeah, they're very thick. They really like to stay there.
It's like sort of curling
Curls
up.
up, right? Yeah,
Is
because
that the
I
one?
think it's towards the sun.
Yeah.
I think it curls up towards the sun.
Like a flower.
Yeah, like leans. It's summer now, so it's all just gonna be up there.
Oh no, it's impossible. We need instruments. Can you feel me trying to get it?
Yeah, obviously. I think.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a good one. Well done.
Look at the curl on
She's
that.
a stubborn beard. Yeah, thank you.
Make a wish.
I wish I would stop growing a beard. The end.
Okay. Welcome to K&D in the smoking area, where absolutely no smoking is taking place.
Don't bother. It's not good for you. It's not bigger. It's
getting
not
some
clever.
fresh air.
Yeah, and having a chin wag.
Yeah. Where it's peaceful and quiet. Outside the club.
In the club, we all fam.
In the club, we all fam.
King and D, we're a mess but we make it funny. King and D, there's just always bloody something. King and D, just two housemates with a dream. King and D, if you don't like us, you're dead to me. Dead to me, dead to me. If you don't like us, you're dead to me. Dead to me, dead to me. If you don't like us, you're dead to me.
That's so funny.
That's hilarious.
I wonder if facial hair does grow longer in the sun in the summer.
I think so because our
we
hair,
need hair
has
to
to
grow.
because it's all vitamin D, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we need hair
Maybe
to
stop
grow.
eating so much vitamin D. Getting so much
What is
vitamin D.
vitamin D?
The sun.
I'm not really getting any of it.
Yeah, true. No, you have. You've been in LA, silly cow.
Yeah, I know. I mean, to be honest, like it rained quite a lot of it, but
That's devastating. You left that one off Instagram, didn't you?
I tell you what it was. It did actually. That's a lie. It rained for it was a bit miserable for about 6 days, and I was there for 3 weeks. So it's almost like
That's
2 of
fine.
the weeks was beautiful.
I knew you were there for longer than you should have been.
Yeah, I extended my trip.
Yeah, because we told everyone here that you'd only be gone for 2 weeks. I was like,
La, la,
it's
la.
been ages.
I've got to live my life. It's
One thing
because-
you'll know about us is that like we do really intend on being quite consistent. However, life happens.
You know, we've just got to live our lives.
We're live, laugh, loving. Like we're doing our best.
Exactly. I think it's because, well, I was going to come back, but then Idris, my beautiful, gorgeous, talented friend Idris,
J'adore.
is in the Snow
White. Snow White.
Is in Snow, sometimes I don't know what's going on in my mouth. Is in the Snow White movie. And he
Yeah.
was like, babe, I've got you tickets to the premiere.
That's right.
So just stay. And I was like, yeah. And then my friend, my gorgeous friend Brendan, who does my hair and makeup,
love
did
Brendan.
it. And I just got to be all glitzy and glamorous. And I really went
Yeah.
about town that night.
Yeah, you looked amazing. That hair.
Thanks.
Was that
He-
Brendan?
Yeah, he did a really good
Oh,
job there. And we
God,
only
he's
had
good
about
at
an
it.
hour and like 15 minutes to get ready. He killed it.
Wow.
But yeah, I ended up at like the director's house with everyone having drinks and Rachel and
Yeah. Rachel.
Snow White herself.
Oh.
yeah.
How was that?
She's great.
Really?
She's
I feel really bad for her about what's going on at the moment.
You know what? I do too. She was so lovely. Like obviously I'm aware of TikTok and I even my algorithm got her.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on and I felt really bad. And obviously, we have our preconceptions of people.
Yeah.
And then I met her and obviously she's worked with Idris and we did a show together and she just knew who I was instantly. She was like, oh my God, Diana. And she was so lovely and so...
That's so nice.
It was her movie premiere. She doesn't have to be like that. And she was just chatty and lovely and gorgeous. And then we actually spoke about things. And I even was like, I've seen everything that's going on. And she just was lovely and open and really sweet.
It's funny because I feel like everything she was trying to say was really valid. Like, because I think the first thing that came out was that she was saying they were trying to modernize Snow White and like, but the way she kind of said it was like a sort of, it was very enthusiastic, but not media trained at all.
Yeah.
And I think with things like Disney, you kind of just can't, once you sign the dotted line, you're just part of the company line.
Yeah.
So she kind of took a step out of the usual norm. And people just kind of jumped on it. I don't know. It's very indicative of the culture.
I think what she was trying to do is just suggest that like it was quite dated, that you had to be saved by a man and a prince.
Also, he like stalks her and kisses her while she's like passed out. And all
exactly.
That stuff. Like, it's not
like hashtag date rape.
Yeah.
It's not great. So I think she was, but I think in a way you have to, people got quite offended because also you have to have respect for the original script and what was so loved
traditional.
And it's so obviously it's iconic.
Yeah.
But I think that she's also, she's like 21 years old?
So little.
She's a baby.
But it's like that Millie Bobby Brown thing. I was like,
oh, yeah.
Girl, like she was 21. And I think we think like all the shit that she's been getting online lately. Yeah. People just assume that she is in her late 20s because we've grown up with her, but we've grown up as adults and she's grown up from child to a woman. Yeah. So we have all these, we just lump on these people that that are just trying to navigate like an impossible world.
It's like you're trying to grow up in the public eye, and also at that age you really think that you kind of know what you're saying. And I mean, I've obviously been in a position.
Can you imagine? Yeah, I was about to say, can you imagine if what we were saying at 16 was out, but yours literally was.
I was. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, babe, what are you saying?
Shut up.
Or you really think that and then you just changes. And I look back on certain interviews and things that I said, and I'm like, but babe, why did you say that? And like, I'm just still trying to find myself as a woman. And so yeah,
totally.
So I really empathize with that. So I got really snotty nose today.
That's right, me too. I think because it's like cold and warm at the same time.
I get this when I have soup.
Do you?
My mum gets
a runny nose.
Like me and my mum when we eat soup together. No, I'm just saying in general.
Runny nose. I've got it too. Been getting a lot of like nose crusties lately.
Oh dear.
Anyway, that leads us on to what I really wanted to talk about actually, because we kind of touched on it. I'm worried that my leather jacket is picking up on the mic.
It is quite loud.
Do you think that's going to be... Do you think that's going to come out on the mic? But it looks good, so I don't want to take it off.
Well, if it looks good, honey,
you're just going to have to deal with a little bit of like... Yeah, I'm going to be really, really still. Yeah, we were going to chat about what we've been watching, obviously.
Yeah, we're like a film club now.
We are film club, and all this stuff about being online. And I texted you being like, we need to talk about Adolescence.
Oh my God,
like everyone else. And I was like, oh, there's no way you're watching it in LA, because it just felt like a very UK thing. But it's like number one on Netflix everywhere.
In the whole world.
Like, so I was reading this morning, it's had 93 million hours of viewing time or something.
That's wild.
Which is crazy, because it's weird. We were talking about this as well, like working class actors. And there is none better but Mr. Stephen Graham.
Oh God, he's a bit. Did he write it as well?
Yeah, he wrote it with Jack Thorne.
Yeah.
Who I don't know where Jack Thorne's from. I don't know, but Philip Barantini,
right,
the director, is also Northern.
So we're like, come on, Northerners, come on, working class.
Telling like working class stories. And we must talk. Because it's all I can think about.
It was honestly sensational. I mean, first of all, can we just say the fact that each episode was just done in one take is absolutely wild.
I loved it. Connor didn't like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I just think, I don't know.
I think it was unnecessary.
I just don't think he likes a one take. Like, I think sometimes it can feel in other productions. I don't feel like it felt like this at all with this one, but it can feel a bit gimmicky, a bit like, let's do it for the like technical flex and not for the dramatic effect. But I actually thought that this one was brilliant because you were so tense because it was unfolding. Yeah. You could feel all the action unfolding
in real
behind closed doors,
I thought for the first episode it was great because it was, from the arrest and that process of going. Yeah. It gets exhausting watching something because there's no break, is there? But I guess that's what it's about.
Yeah.
This is so raw, it's so real, and it's uncomfortable. Yeah. And the dialogue wasn't necessarily about a crime drama that then gets like resolved and resolution, and we get to find out why and see the behind the scenes. It's all about the emotions. And
it's not a who, it's a why.
It's a why, and it's about sitting in the uncomfortableness and the emotions of everyone around just being completely shocked.
Yeah.
And trying to navigate through this complete shock.
I also loved it because it wasn't like the kid came from a house where there was all this sort of trauma and abuse and like alcohol. It was kind of just like, because I think about this all the time. I'm like, normal people do really fucked up things.
Yeah, of course.
All the time. And we all have like, we all have access to fucked up things online. So it'd be very easy to you always want to blame the people around them, like the parents or whatever. But how interesting to go like, oh, actually, it could happen. It could happen to anybody.
Yeah, it could do.
If they're exposed to the wrong shit.
This is it. It's like these really young kids, they're trying to figure out who they are. They're watching these absolute cretins like Andrew Tate.
Yeah, maniacs.
Andrew Tate, go
suck on that.
Yourself.
Sit and rotate. Sit and rotate.
Honestly.
Go fuck yourself.
Honestly.
That's the name of the episode.
Isn't it that he's now in America?
Oh,
because
whatever.
Honestly.
Babe, Conor McGregor was in the White... This is the thing. Conor McGregor was in the White House. Conor McGregor is a convicted rapist.
Honestly. Like, what the
like,
fuck
what
is
world
going on
are we
in
living
America?
in?
It's
Anyway.
just disgusting.
Yeah.
But
that's what boys are seeing, and they're like, oh shit, Conor McGregor is an example of masculinity that I need to be emulating. And also there's all this pressure on boys to buy these figures, to be these like providers and entrepreneurs and like 6 foot tall and like jacked. And if they don't reach that, and if they don't make like 100K a month or whatever, then there's all this anger and like and then frustration and like, oh, who can I take it out on? Who's taking our jobs? Who's tricking us, you know? And a lot of the time that anger gets directed at women.
Well, it is, because they now think that there was obviously, we're very aware, there was a world where women didn't have a voice.
Yeah.
And now it's all about feminism and, you know, female empowerment. The fact that it was even like that is just bizarre to me, but men don't like that, and they wanted to go back to how it was. You know what really shocked me is, you know, when he was being in with the therapist and he was talking about the girl that he murdered. And he said, you know how many other boys would have raped her?
Yeah.
And so therefore, basically, I'm not even that bad. That like, actually made me cry. It was so jarring and so shocking. I actually want to cry when I talk about this. It
makes me really terrified for it. Actually watching that, I'll be 100% honest, made me not want to have kids.
I know.
I was like, no, it's too dark. The world is too dark. I don't even know how to make sense of it. Like, we are of a lot of our friends are starting to have babies, so it's not like it's that far off. And I'm like, I'm not equipped to deal with this.
I know.
I can't I mean, like, I just keep thinking about, like, if we were at high school, right? Because, you know, the scene where he was like, you know, there was a video passed around or something about a girl, this Katie girl.
Naked photos.
Yeah. And I was thinking, I was like, God, did we have that? Because, I mean, we did have iPhones, but like early iPhones, and we had like Blackberries and shit. Yeah.
No,
but like,
not really. Blackberries came in when we were all like 18,
I had a Blackberry.
right?
I was BBMing for sure.
Yeah.
But I remember I had this really strange sensory memory of seeing a Blackberry screen and like a girl's top off.
Oh God.
And I don't know if like she'd taken it, but I remember it so vividly in my head about like it circulating my school. And I was like, but it probably lasted about a week, and we were texting it. It wasn't like uploading to a cloud, sharing. So
yeah, and then like
and then it following you around
Twitter
forever.
And
I'm like, I hope that by the time we have a kid that kid's age, I'm like, it all needs to come full circle, burn down to the ground.
So.
And then we can maybe start again. But until then, I don't know.
I know, because it's even, they were saying, it's like, you know, you can think that you're doing a good job, but you don't know what's going on. You can't filter who they're friends with at school.
Yeah.
You know, and what they're talking about, or like what they're looking online. And, you know, you can think that you're a good parent. You can get them out of the house. You can play with them. You can interact and do movie nights and go to an exhibit. You can do everything. But it's like Stephen Graham, and who's a brilliant freaking actress that was with him, the Scouse woman. Who is she? What's her name?
I don't know.
She's honestly, can we Google that? Because she deserves...
She was so good.
She is, honestly. Also, she's so attractive. When I was watching her, I really just I found her very attractive. Her face, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
What's her name?
Christine Tremarco.
Christine Tremarco.
Fucking brilliant.
Remarkable work.
Yeah.
Warm, beautiful. Can't take my eyes off her.
A mum. Just a beautiful mum.
Yeah.
Like, I think in the show she was like the head of furniture at John Lewis. Like, just a normal fucking family.
Just really normal.
And you just never fucking know what cretins are gay. I mean, the thing that really stood out to me as well is when all he wanted, I thought that episode 3 was brilliant because you finally got to see what was really going on. And he kept saying, so you think I'm ugly, so you don't think I'm ugly.
Yeah, exactly.
It was all of this outward need for outward validation, which essentially is what phones do.
Yeah.
We're not posting on Instagram for like ourselves.
we
We're
just
posting because we want people to be
validation.
like, oh wow, look how cool, funny, happy, amazing, successful / this person is. And I was like, fuck, this is what gets me. We have all of these selves now. Whereas when we were kids, like there was kind of just like, you had your two selves. You had your inside self.
Well, your MySpace
And your
self. You had
outside
your
self. And then you had your
MySpace
MySpace profile. But that was so innocent.
was
You
so
picked a nice
harmless,
song and there would be like a little
and
top
then you'd
friends.
blog
And then
and
you'd block.
Yeah, you get
And you were HDMIing. Like
you upload your pictures from your camera that you took out on a Saturday night.
But like every single one, you weren't editing any of the
Yeah,
photos. It was
no.
like you'd put one photo up that had like half a hand across it. But
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah, it was so unfiltered. But now you've got your the person that you are inside, then you've got your person you present to the world. And then there's now this third self, which is the person that you present online. And it's actually made me want to not have any part of it at all. I've actually stopped posting quite a lot on my Instagram.
It also gives me the ick as well. Like, you know, when you go into people's profiles, it's like, you can just, I'm like, I don't know, even with me when I upload things, I'm like thinking, is that okay? Is that okay? And get really, really nervous. But I'm like, I just don't care. Like when people post like really, really cool things, I'm just like, oh, boring.
See,
like,
I don't mind the cool. I would prefer a nice curated stack of like coffee table books.
Well, yeah,
and like a
that's
nice
cool.
flower than like someone being openly presenting every single area of their life online.
No, well, that's what I mean. I don't know what I'm trying to explain. And when you feel like it's just so thought about, like it's like they're trying to. I can tell when someone's like trying to. When people are trying too hard, and like maybe just like be
Do you know
yourself.
what it is? It's when you meet someone that seems really cool online in real life, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
what?
Exactly.
I think if there's a break in the matrix between who you are online and who you are offline, we've got problems.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's like I've met so many influencers that are just like got nothing to them, babes. But then you see them online and you're like, oh my God, like wearing the coolest clothes and going to the coolest places. But I'm like, and also sorry, I'm on one now. But imagine having to live your life and document everything. It's not natural.
Honestly,
it's not
I read
natural.
an article a while ago, and it was like I was friends with an influencer. It's like my best friend was an influencer,
Yeah, I read
and I had to
that.
break up with her
Because it was
it's
painful.
Like, I cannot.
It's like going on holiday with you, babes.
But it's not though. I'm not like
I'm
that.
joking.
I'm just actually
I'm
not
joking.
like that.
I'm
But like, I'm just not. Like, I'd never go take a picture of me now. I used to be.
No, we all used to be.
I used to be when I was
We all
younger,
used
but
to
I'm
be.
not. Maybe I'll go, oh, I like one nice bikini pic, but like, I'm just not like that.
No.
And it's a phase that I've grown out of, and I think it's because I do different things. Like I do things like this.
Yeah.
That I rather put this up as content and something more interesting and be more funny, whereas I don't really feel I'm really snotty.
I'm really snotty.
I don't like you know what I mean, so
Yeah.
I don't feel the need to do that anymore. I don't get validation from that.
That's
I get
the
validation
thing.
from
I upload a picture, I hide all the likes, and then I never think about it
Yeah,
again.
I don't either.
I can't. I really had to stop putting myself in the perspective of other people, because otherwise you just get so wrapped up in how you're perceived. We're not meant to be perceiving how we're perceived.
No.
It's like you're meant to just be, right? And it
No.
reminds me, oh my God, this is what's so fucked up. This is why A, I don't want to have kids, and B, I don't want any social media, is that fucking Mark Zuckerberg, right, who's the man responsible for this entire mess, quite frankly, Facebook had an algorithm that could detect when a 13 or 14-year-old girl, 12, 13, 14-year-old girl would upload a selfie and then delete it. How many times have I've uploaded something and I'm like, no, I'd look shit, or like it's too
or sometimes
vain.
I just find myself cringe now.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, no, take it down.
Take it down. So, but imagine you're like 13, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you're
yeah.
Still fucking figuring out what's
your
going
brain's
on.
not fully developed.
Yeah. And so this algorithm will target them, will notice that they've deleted the selfie, and then they'll target them with ads about
Appearance.
fat loss, cosmetic surgery. Yeah, no, this is what they do. And it just made me go like, wow. So that man sat in a house, a $20 billion house, and that house was built on destroying
Young girls.
I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Like, how
like
fucked
really
up?
vulnerable young girls
Who will then see an ad for like, I don't know, some sort of bollocks,
cosmetic thing or
fillers or something.
Yeah.
And like, you've literally got girls who are 14, 15, 16 injecting stuff into their face because
I
they're like,
know.
no
And,
wonder.
like, also, can we just like stop? Like, everyone is just looking the same.
Yeah, they
Everyone
are.
is looking the same, and it's just not fun.
It's
like,
upsetting.
It's exactly the same. I open up my TikTok, all the girls are looking the same.
Everyone looks
all
like
the
AI.
pictures are the same. It's these like things, vape. It's like, do you know what I mean? But it is. It's like the same images.
Yeah.
It's the same like you know, on a night out with these like photos, and it's like just be yourself. Just be yourself. Do you know what I mean? It's just like I go on and like everyone's feeds looks the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same kind of photos, the same kind of photo dumps.
Yeah.
Like the same work that everyone's having done to their face, and it's just like no.
Yeah.
It's a not thank you for
and
me.
also like skinny's so in now because of all the like
It's not
should we get a tissue?
I don't know what's going on.
Break?
It's just like non-stop.
All right, to get a tissue, Leo. Thank you, babe.
I know.
Anyway, basically, I'm sick of this. I'm getting to what's pissing me off, but like too early.
You were saying Skinny's back in. Which is really
like Skinny's back in
terrifying.
because it's really easy to order Ozempic or any of those things, even if you're not in need of it, and people are just using it as a fast track way to, like, people who don't need to lose weight.
It's really weird.
And then it's so fucked up because it reminds me when like Facetune became a thing.
Oh my god,
Babe, Facetune gave me
he's mental.
What is that app? Like, who invented that? Like, it gave me such a complex about my nose because
babe, you got gorgeous
but one day
nose.
I went down a very dark hole of like altering my face for a photo, right? When it first came, I was like, oh great, I can just like get rid of that tiny little bit of puppy fat under my nose. Well, anyway, so then I went, oh, you can slim your nose down, right? And I've got like no cartilage. My nose is really flat. So like I've always had a bit of a complex about it. It doesn't keep me up at night. Anyway, so I basically gave myself a nose job in this app. Right. And then still to this day,
you do.
I think I just think about how much better my nose looked when I did that.
I've got,
and it made me want to get a nose job.
Oh god, it's
crazy.
so toxic. It is so toxic.
Who invented that?
I don't know. I know. I think it's really bad, and I think that like it's just. And also, you know, when you do like some people do like so much of their face, it's like, well, that picture's not really real, is it?
That's what I mean.
It's just all so bad. It's like, I know that Kylie Jenner looks great, but actually, it's all just not real, is it? It's really unhealthy.
But then people are starting to. I fucking love Molly May because she came out and was just like, ew, no. And Chloe Ferry's done it as well.
Oh,
she's like getting rid of all of her fillers and stuff.
Because that was obviously, when you look at someone like Chloe Ferry, that was obviously some like really deep rooted insecurity,
that's what
isn't
she's
it?
saying.
It's just
and she's like, if I could tell anyone, she's like, I look at this girl, and she looked at a photo of herself when she was like, I don't know, like in her teens, and she's like, God, I hated myself so much, and now I look at that as a 30-something-year-old woman, and I think, oh, it's gonna make me want to cry. It's really emotional, but like that girl is so beautiful, and she has no idea, and she's gonna spend the next 10 years basically trying to completely alter everything about herself, and then want to go back to it. It's nuts. It's fucking nuts.
We also weren't made like to be. Obviously, we had water, so we could find our reflection in that, and we obviously were gonna like listen. But we would have made mirrors, but we were meant to have phones. We were like I just smart. We like. The only way.
Had water,
listen.
That was the only way.
Me and Tommy say to each other. Well, Tommy always goes, "We weren't meant to see
back the
our
puddle."
He goes, "We weren't meant to see our reflection." I'm like, well, we kind of were all. He was like, we were never meant to see our reflection.
Oh my God, Tommy, you're so right.
Yeah, but I was like, well, we would have done because we all invented like glass, obviously.
True, we have glass.
We were going to do that, obviously, and obviously water would be able to see us. But imagine that going out on a Friday
Everyone's
night,
like Mulan,
and we just get like go to the river and be like,
oh yeah, look at it.
That's what it used to be. We just like, right, I'm gonna go and look at myself.
Head down Thames, check it out. Do an outfit check in the Thames.
Just like doing outfit checks in the Thames. Bring back those days. Let's throw our phones in the Thames.
Oh my God, but it's so true.
Yeah.
We weren't meant to think about how we are perceived. That is what I'm saying.
All the time.
And it reminds me of when I went to fucking Berghain in Berlin, that like massive club, and there's no phones first and foremost. You hand your phone in, and then there's no mirrors in the bathroom.
Yeah,
because everyone is at Berghain to just be in the moment and have fun
and have sex
and do poppers.
Yeah,
and like there are many reasons why, but that's what I mean, to get yourself out of your how you're perceived, because that's why we love
Yeah.
things like clubbing and partying, because that for those brief seconds on that dance floor, hopefully we don't give a fuck. We're just
wanna
dancing like no
snog and
one's
have
watching.
a good time and just live.
And so
laugh,
I'm
love.
really watching Adolescence. I was like, I'm really fucking sick of this bullshit now.
I'm
like
so
the
sick
internet
of
needs
it.
to stop. Like I'm
so
done
sick
with
of-
it.
I honestly get my phone out and just like, I hate it
I
all.
hate it
And so
all.
can I just say one more thing?
Please.
Bonnie Blue, can't bear her.
I mean,
Not stand.
she is like the female Andrew Tate.
Everything that comes out of her mouth, she's
Yeah.
so aggravating. Like, she also doesn't make any sense to me. Obviously, your body, your choice, that's fine. Do whatever you want to do. If you want to shag a million guys, do it, hun.
Exhausting.
But stop projecting your toxic views out onto the internet. Also, they're so misogynistic.
Yeah.
You're basically sexist against your own
That's what I mean.
sex.
I genuinely think that she's weaponized a part of the internet that is the Andrew Tate. Like the same, there's a crossover, there's a Venn diagram of Andrew Tate fans and Bonnie Blue fans. They're the same people.
That she just also, it's like you're basically. Sorry, my brain's trying to say it because I want this to not be. She actually, this is what the thing about her. She really gets off. She really gets off on watching people get angry about her. The way that she speaks also doesn't really make much sense anyway, because she always talks about like, I don't care about women. I care about their part. I care about the men, because like women, if you're not like getting down on your knees and giving a guy a blowjob, it's sometimes like also like. You know how many friends of mine I know that are female, and actually it's the guy sometimes that doesn't want to have sex, or he's dealing with issues. She's created this narrative that it's always the woman that doesn't want to have sex, which is just so wrong as well.
Yeah.
And she talks all the time about male pleasure over female pleasure. She's a woman. Use your platform, be sexual, shag everyone, but use your platform to talk about female pleasure. Also, she was like, talking about how she wanted to have over 1,000 guys in a day. She's like, I had the most fun ever. It's like, babe, are you sure those guys had fun? Because they were in you for 30 seconds.
Yeah, they had like a minute.
Like, did everyone really have a good time? It was 1 minute. Darling, I'm sure that they didn't. It's the novelty. Like,
Also, I'm not being funny, but like, what kind of man?
like losers.
You're
like,
such a loser.
go out on a date and
Yeah.
go and find a
No,
girlfriend.
but it's incel, babe. It's the same. It's the red pill incel culture. It's like they're angry because it's the 80-20 thing, right? Like 80% of women are attracted to 20% of men. So there's basically not enough like good men, and there's too many like fit women. Which, looking at my friendship group and their dating lives, checks out. I think 80-20 is a thing.
It's a
but you know
nightmare.
what? Just like do better, and like you'll find you don't need to be angry if a woman doesn't want to sleep with you. Just do better.
Yeah, just get over
be a
it.
nice. If you're not attractive, just be nice, be kind, and trust me,
like,
there are people out there who want that.
Grow a personality.
Yeah,
and maybe
just
make a
get
laugh
grip.
or something and get over yourself.
Fucking weirdos.
Losers.
Oh, it's
Anyone
really upsetting.
That likes Andrew Tate or Bonnie Blue.
I don't think they're listening
please,
to this podcast.
Yeah, I doubt it. But just please remove yourself.
I don't think there's any crossover. Yeah, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all these people. Anyway, sorry, but like it's upsetting because I actually it's really hard when you sort of work in an industry where like you need to be online. Like you can't disappear forever. You got to do like, and there are ways to some of the best things I've ever found have been through like Instagram and TikTok.
Oh, God,
like
yeah.
it's opened my mind up so much, but it's just getting to a point now where I'm like, where does like it end?
It's a fact that these really toxic people, like when I go on my algorithm and then there's these girls, like someone, for example, Bonnie Blue, and she's going, she's like, it's coming up on my feed and young girls are watching this and young boys again, saying, I want as many guys in my hole as possible. Like, why is that on my algorithm? My mum sat next to me having a cup of tea and a bloody hot cross bun, and I'm like, why is that allowed to be filtered on my TikTok feed?
Yeah.
It's like really bad. Like it needs to be stopped. It's really just, it should be illegal.
Yeah, she should be in jail.
It's just awful.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's really weird. It's like porn's coming up on my on
algorithm.
my phone.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Yeah.
Do not like that woman.
No, you really don't.
She's just the pits.
Yeah.
She's an embarrassment.
Yeah. They both are really.
Yeah.
Her and fucking
All
Lily.
of them.
Sick of them.
What else?
Right, what else is going on?
But you all right though? you okay?
Yeah, I'm really good.
We're just like keeping ourselves to ourselves.
Yeah, to be honest, like that's what it is. I had the most amazing time in Dublin. I want to move to Ireland.
Yeah,
literally. What else has been going on? Just feel really grateful actually watching all this shit about men online. I'm like that I somehow managed to find a man in this world that is thoughtful, caring, and kind.
Yeah, isn't a misogynistic
that isn't a misogynistic prick, because it actually makes you realize that even people that you know, like I've had exes where I'm like, you're definitely a bit more like
I know,
traditional in how you see the gender roles, and this is going to be a challenge if we stay together. I'm just really, really glad that I found a nice person.
He's got a sister, hasn't he? It's always
key.
a way.
It's key.
Although saying that, some of the it's most of the time boys with sisters, they're really good because they've been around with women with their hormones and they get periods and everything.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It is really a thing.
It really is a thing, I think. And you know, like Connor didn't grow up with his dad being around all the time, and that could have been
on that masculine role. In the family.
And he really like took care of his sister and his mom, and is very close and affectionate. And they're both fucking like strong characters. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so he's had to deal with
so
the
he's had to
emotions
deal
of
with
it all.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah,
So I slot into. So I think he knows how to deal with. He knows how to deal with me in that sense.
Yeah. That's very good.
Anyway, what's going on
babe,
with you?
Honestly, I got on that plane at LAX in my jeans and my cardigan, and I thought I'm gonna find love here.
Yeah.
And I really was.
I thought you might do.
I thought I did.
Yeah.
Absolutely not a drop to drink. Not a drop to drink.
What's going on?
I mean, I got asked out quite a lot by people and I just was like not bothered. I really feel like I'm looking for something. No one was tickling my pickle. I'm finding it really, really hard. I also have just been figuring that I'm not really, I don't know. I don't want to go on a million dates and just try things out. I feel like it needs to be someone that I'm like, oh my God, you're so impressive. I think the last guy that I was dating, that I was with for like 4 months, he was such an impressive person.
Yeah.
He was so lovely. And just like his CV of life was so great that now I'm sort of like sat with other people and I'm like, boring.
Yeah, that's hard. It's hard, isn't it? Because you know exactly what you're looking for, which makes it really... you don't want to waste time
I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste their time. I really, really, really don't. And I just think also I do have like stuff going on at the moment. And so I think like to fit into that, you've got to just be like really, really blow me away. And yeah, just like nothing.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I just don't really fancy a lot of people very easily.
Would you? This is the thing, because I was thinking about, me and Connor were talking about because obviously like, I want my friends to find love and like be happy, whatever makes them happy. But I was like, who can I set D up with? After I chat the other day, I'm like, there's got to be someone that I know. And then we did think of someone, but they're like a bit of a normie. And I'm like, I don't know if you could date a normie. I feel like you need someone that's like...
What do you mean? Like
just has like works in... I don't know if this person works in insurance, but like works in insurance.
What am I going to talk about someone who works in insurance
And I don't know, but this is what I mean. But like sometimes like you just might need a normal... you keep going for these really like the last person you were dating, you showed me their Instagram profile and looked like they'd been made in an AI.
I went on one date with
AI bot, and I was like,
babe, and I knew
this
it wasn't
person.
quite right. He was a really lovely guy.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that.
But I knew it wasn't quite right, and I didn't waste it. I went on one date.
True.
I didn't want to take it to the next level of like sleeping with him or anything, because I knew it wasn't right. I know, because I think I am looking for someone that like it. I don't know. He's got to really open my world up to so
well, what
much.
is the prerequisite? Put it out there to me. This is the...
Okay, this is my dating profile. You've got to be so drop dead gorgeous that I just want to like take my pants off whenever I see. No, not that you. To me, like
unachievable.
I want to be every time I see you. I just want to like take my pants off. That's the sexual attraction. Very, very important. Funny. You gotta make me really laugh.
Gotta make me laugh. Yeah.
Or we've got to have a laugh.
Gotta have a laugh. What's life without a laugh?
I want you to impress me. So I want to like be sat having a conversation with you, and you tell me about like your work and your prospects and the way that you live your life, and me just be completely inspired.
Yeah.
I want to be able to like get so much that we are like ordering more wine, or like be like, let's go and get like
spontaneous.
Yeah. I want you to be adventurous,
in the moment, generous.
Yes.
Generous.
Very generous. I want you to be really kind and have a big heart and really, really, really love and be really down to earth, but like have really big Shut up.
Babe,
But it's me.
No, I get it. And it exists.
Why does it not exist?
But this is a really big, this is like a lot. It's a lot.
It's not, because I surround myself with friends like this all the time.
True.
I know
It's
these
true.
people.
It's true.
Like, I know these people. I'm a part of it. Like, it is.
It's just so annoying because there's so many people out there who are perfectly fine, but just aren't that.
Well, listen, the last guy I was dating, like, he was like loads of that, but like there was something like we were just a bit from different background. There was something that wasn't quite fitting.
Yeah.
But like, really, we could have had like an amazing, gorgeous life together. But like, there was, you know, if one thing's slightly off,
Yeah.
it then doesn't work.
But that's the thing about dating in your 30s as well, is that one thing is just, oh, well, that's not going to work.
It's the
now.
je ne sais quoi,
Whereas,
and I
like,
don't know what it is.
Yeah. 10 years ago, you would have been like, oh, well, let's just fuck around and find out. But like, we don't have the time now or the energy or the space in our lives to be like figuring it out with someone. It's either like you meet them and you're like, oh yeah, I mean, obviously nothing's perfect, but you're like, those other things don't matter. The fundamentals are there.
That's what I mean. It's like, I don't have the time like that. With the guy I went on like one date with, I didn't, it's not, he's going to make he's a great catch.
Yeah.
But I knew he wasn't my catch.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to take him home and fry him for supper.
No.
You know what
Throw
I
him
mean?
back in the ocean.
Yeah, I'd put him back to swim and find he'll be caught by someone else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just not wasting his time. I'm just whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is. I did get into bed the other night and I wasn't even that drunk. I had like 2 glasses of wine and I literally said, I was like, I'm gonna just die alone. And I actually was like about giving up, and I got into this like hole about giving up on dating. And it was like, a lot of people do give up on dating. Like, it's okay if you think that you're never going to meet your person. I mean, it's all a bit mental. I'm 33. I'm not 73.
Yeah. You're not a spinster yet, my love.
Yeah.
I think, but I get it. Like, it's just sometimes you just reach a point where you're like, I can't be bothered anymore, and they will have to just find me. And
yeah, they do.
They usually do, to be honest.
I mean, it's of course, like, I took a break from it. When I got to about December, I was like, I'm not going to go near anyone.
Yeah.
And I actually did make that vow to myself, and that's what I have done. So I don't know why I'm then shocked and saying all this, because last year my mem was full of trying to get over someone, then meeting someone to get over him, and then another ex, and then blah, blah, blah. So I have had a break, but
I do think you're ready for the right person, 100%.
Yeah.
But like, until then, there's no point.
Can't be asked. Yeah, so that's where I'm at.
I just wondered if like a normie would be like a good shout. Grounded.
Obviously.
But like, doesn't have to, insurance is a bad example. They could be, I don't know.
I just like to talk about creativity
That's
with my
the thing.
partner.
Having like a creative exchange is very important.
Yeah, and like, I've really depended on my partners in the past about, ideas, and they've encouraged me, and it's yeah, and if like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, we'll put the list out there, so
Someone with
if
a
anyone
copy-
knows anyone.
Yeah, but no one with like a cloppy shoe and a briefcase talking about stats and spreadsheets.
No finance bros. That's the thing. Unless you're like
Really rich.
a startup. Yeah.
A startup.
I don't know, like a creative
means.
startup.
What does it
Startup means,
mean?
oh my God, this reminds me of the time that when I was on online dating, everyone would have their profession. All these men would have their profession as fintech. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
wow, Finland.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
not what it
financial
is. It's
technology.
financial
But I was like, fintech, Finland. Everyone works for this like Finnish technology
And
company.
they're like, what is happening in Finland there?
I was like, Finland is the frontier for dating. No, it's financial technology. Yeah, we wouldn't be having the same interests. That makes me feel like they're going to CrossFit really early in the mornings, fasting, running ultra marathons.
I want like a person that does those things.
No,
but
you
like
don't.
also wants to go to the pub.
Yeah, this is what I mean. They have to have balance. Otherwise, it's like but a lot of those men are just in the gym all the time.
I know, and there's this one guy who I met, and he was like really good looking and nice, and he was like, and then I said to him, what movies do you like to watch? Because I love movies, like art house and foreign language movies. He's like, I don't watch movies, I just watch football.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
It's just, I don't
not
know.
a life for us.
Whatever, I'll figure it out. But in the meantime, I'm busy and just
Busy.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Can't be arsed.
Can't be arsed.
So
But yeah, that's where we're at.
exhausting.
Okay, so should we
I don't know why, but my hand's like really like
It's really
I'm like heavy. I'm like tired.
Yeah. What's pissing us off?
Well, I think this whole episode's been about what's pissing us off.
Has it got like an angry woman? By the way,
but we always do though. That's us, babe.
You're on your period. I'm due on.
That's why.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Right, what have I've got a list here of what's pissing me off. Well, I wrote down the internet/AI/the algorithm.
Yeah.
Sick of it all, but we've touched on that.
Yeah.
Drones.
They are very cheeky, these drones,
Fuck
aren't they?
The fuck off drones.
Stop flying above and sneaking up on us.
I was on holiday and I swear to God, I was like, there's a swarm of bees in that bush behind me. I was like, Connor, what is that sound? Where there's a huge wasp coming towards me. It was a fucking guy with a fucking drone flying. It was so loud above the pool. And I just I lost my shit. I was like, no.
Also,
this is
he's
not
probably
happening.
a perv.
This is what I mean. No consent.
No
consent.
Go away.
And also, there are children at this pool.
Weirdo.
Get that flying camera. Oh, and I went to him. I was like, no.
Good for you.
We're not doing that. There's kids here. And he was just like,
But he didn't like that.
He didn't like that at all. I was like, am I the first person that's told you to fucking get rid of your drone? It's insane.
Also, like,
unless you're a documentary filmmaker,
what are you
making
doing?
Adolescence.
Like, read a book.
You don't need those angles that badly.
Oh, like you're a loser.
I'm so sick of drones. I want them gone.
Well, that's like you're in the countryside and you're taking a drone of like the beautiful, but like not by a pool.
But what if there's someone having a lovely walk in the woods and they hear this fucking massive machine noise?
I don't like it. It's weird.
Them.
It's intrusive and it's too much.
I did not give you my consent.
Yeah, it's just gone too far.
Film. You should not be able to film a drone at a pool or a beach. Saw it at loads in Australia. All these fucking bogans with their like flying drones, thinking they're so cool. I'm like, that is. Imagine you meet the love of your life and he's got a drone.
I know, absolutely not. It's going in the water.
Honestly, get rid.
I saw something. There's like a celebrity and like someone filmed that they were in a hotel and some person.
Oh, Drake. Yeah.
Filmed Drake with a drone.
It's not okay.
It's just like
that's really, really intrusive.
Yeah. No. Right. Yeah. Okay. Next.
And the last thing I had was Adrien Brody's art because we never got to speak about that.
Oh my sweet lords. The Starbucks one.
I can't.
He's deluded.
Babe, this guy, to be honest, Adrien Brody's ruined it for me now after the Oscars.
He was just so self-indulgent.
I was
it
like,
was wild.
Bro, humble yourself. Anyway.
Yeah.
You might have won an Oscar, but it has been ages.
It was ultimate ick.
Awful.
It was ick.
Awful. Anyway, so then I got into this hole of like, I was like, there must be something else about Adrien Brody that made him make that speech that I don't like.
Yeah.
And like, look,
Jordan Stevens.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Jordan
posted
posted it on TikTok, and I was like, oh my God, this is why he makes art like that. It's the most awful pop, like commentary on culture. Like he's got this one of like guns, and there's like splatters of red paint, and it's a commentary on like child soldiers or something. I'm like,
or like just
what are you
fish, like a fish, but it's like different color, but it's got nothing to it. Like fish makes me feel nothing.
But it's like, but it looks like it's sold at like Camden Market.
It's like something you get from IKEA to fill in your bathroom before you can afford to buy art.
It's stock imagery.
It's
stock imagery. It's akin to the black and white New York City Times Square, but there's one yellow cab in color. It's like really the same as that. Do you know how much it sells for?
Isn't it like 15 grand or something?
It was like $17,000.
It's an absolute disgrace. He's completely deluded. He's not well.
Deluded. That's pissing me. That's pissing me off so much. It was like Brody bucks. That's what it was. Brody bucks.
That really he really did not get in my good books at the Oscars.
No, he's ruined it for me now.
Yeah, ruined it.
Done. Anyway.
But also, Mikey Madison won.
Yay! You called it.
I called it.
You did.
Poor Demi, though. She really thought she was going to get that.
And I think that she should have, if I'm honest, still.
I know, a lot of people
Mikey
think that.
will have a chance.
Yeah.
But it's also just not about, like, how long you've been in the biz. But
it's not. But then they kind of do that because there's been so many things where I thought Leo should have won and he just hasn't.
Yeah,
and
well, Timothée will be like Leo now.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, and then Leo got it for what? Severance? No, Severance for The Revenant.
The Revenant.
And it was like,
didn't fucking speak.
And I turned it off. I fell asleep.
It was just like a lot of grunting.
It was just really weird. Yeah. So,
yeah. No.
Yeah.
Timothée needs to get used to not winning because fuck me, he's gonna make so many amazing films and not get anything.
Exactly, darling.
Because it's almost like it's too obvious now that he'll be good.
He's entered
You need a bit of the surprise factor. I also thought that Mikey Madison's dress.
It was like nudie thing.
Yeah,
Was
I was
it
like, babes, it's your moment.
Yeah, I didn't like.
She wore a lot of strapless on the red carpets, and I was like,
yeah, no,
you're very short. I need like a neckline. Anyway,
yeah,
that's by the by.
in love with it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's pissing me off this week.
What's not?
I think I'm just gonna stick with yours. I think that
I've got so many in my phone. I just save them up now.
I think mine's a bit boring. Like tell you what's pissing me off.
What?
I can't type. So like it's really stressful. There's something going on with like my fingers and my phone, and it's like I think I'm gonna have to like make it bigger because like I can't type. Then I'm doing this thing where I'll press it and be like I'll type and be like hello, and I'm speaking the typing thing, and it's very odd and it gets it all wrong. Like I was messaging Tori the other day and I was like, and it kept saying one thing I was saying and turning it into Allison. So I kept saying Allison.
Bloody Allison.
And it's just weird. I can't type at the moment, so everyone just gets voice notes, and I'm sure that's pissing everyone else off.
Babe. You sent me so many voice notes that I had to get that feature where it transcribes them because like I'm not always in a position to like listen to one.
Oh, really?
But like I need to know what you're saying because sometimes it's about really important things.
Yeah.
And then so I have to like transcribe it. So sometimes I admit I don't listen. Yeah. I'll show you how it like doesn't get it right though because your accent it goes askew if. But you can basically see what someone said. You don't have to listen.
Funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's annoying. I know I am that annoying person, but it's because it takes me so long to send a message. So I'm now like this old lady that goes and says.
Oh, you've got the really large keypad.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that. But then I'm now doing the speaking thing, so it transcribes what I'm saying. So I don't know.
Stressful.
It's honestly it's a thing. It's like it's exhausting that I can't type.
Yeah.
And I thought when I got my nails taken off, I'd be able to type, but it doesn't help.
Can't type.
Yeah.
Sad
little life, Jane.
Everyone's getting monologues.
All right then. Well, I don't know if we were very funny today.
Oh, I mean, no, we're just having a little chit chat. Like, it's not like we're doing a stand-up comedy hour. Do you know what I mean? Just chatting,
saying that, and
up.
also last one laughing hilarious.
Hilarious.
So good. Bob
Mortimer.
Mortimer.
I love Bob Mortimer. I really fancy him. He's really cute.
I fancy Joe. Beard Joe.
Joel.
Is it Joel?
Joel.
You get it.
He's so funny. He's so dry.
Yeah.
He plays the postman in Afterlife.
Yes.
In fact, a lot of them. Well, and Roisin is also from Afterlife.
He's I think he's got. Really
I think me and Connor were trying to do it while we were watching it. I don't think I'd last very long at that. I thought it was
really weird. Like some bits I really laugh at, and some bits I'm like cringing. I'm like, that's not that funny.
Yeah,
but it's a really good show.
But it's hard though because you don't want to be too funny because you don't want to make yourself laugh.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's actually really because Harriet, you know, like the young comedian that was on there.
Yeah.
He's obviously like up and coming. Like what an opportunity. And I was like,
Yeah.
how annoying for her that she can't flex all of her muscles because you can't make yourself laugh.
Yeah. Daisy May Cooper was great. I love her face.
Her. She's got she studied at RADA. She's like an incredible. She's got an incredible physical presence.
She's just brilliant.
Her face is amazing. Yeah, I loved it. I need more.
Yeah, we need more.
I also loved how Daisy May Cooper was obsessed with Jimmy Carr. Like kept saying he was really fit.
I know. Yeah, no, not my cup of tea.
People are so weird.
I know. We all have our things, don't we?
Is there anything else?
No.
Well, we'll keep hoping for your dating life.
Yeah. I'm going to see a psychic on Monday.
Right.
And she got everything right last time. Honestly, she's Liz King. She's very good.
Liz
She
King.
did. It was mental. She told me that described the guy that I was seeing for 4 months exactly to a T, like really weird stuff. And I hadn't met him yet. And then she said that an ex was going to come back, but like I thought it was another ex, but it was another ex. And then she told me a job that I was going to do in the spring, in the summer, and she got it all right. It was really bizarre.
That's weird.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back. I'm going back to her. I'm going to see what she says about my love life.
And I'll say, well, let us know next time.
Yeah, I shall do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. All right then.
Until then.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.